today's congressional battleground, and today we're focusing on the 23rd Congressional District, where Congressman Bill Owens, a Democrat, is trying to hold on the seat that he won in the special election last year. He replaced Army Secretary John McHugh and robbed the GOP of a district it had controlled for over a century. Now, joining us tonight is one of the Republican candidates who is trying to unseat Owens. Doug Hoffman lost to Owens in that special election. He is now running again on the GOP and conservative lines, and he's joining us from Watertown tonight. Doug, thanks very much for being with us.
My pleasure to be here, Liz.
So during that special election, there was national attention. You had Fred Thompson in Watertown endorsing you. You had the Club for Growth pumping in $1 million+ into your campaign. You ousted moderate, or forced from the race, moderate Assemblywoman Dee Dee Scazafava, and yet you lost to Owens because there were still 3 people on the ballot, too late to get her off the ballot. This year, not so much national attention. Why not?
Well, as you know, there's 435 races across the country, and last year during my special election, I think there was only 1 or 2 congressional races. So certainly eyes are focused other places this year. And New York has a very late primary, September 14th, so we have not been in the limelight yet.
But the problem also is that there's not as much support for you as there was during that special. After Dee Dee Scazafava was pushed out because she was deemed too moderate by, I think, the conservative Tea Party movement that wanted to make a point, a message that they wanted to send to the National Party in Washington. Nevertheless, you know, I think that a lot of people were sending money, a lot of people were, I don't know, paying a lot of attention. And yet, this time, you don't have the same kind of support. In fact, Matt Doheny has the support of the local GOP leaders.
Well, I don't have the support of the leaders. These are the same people that brought you Dee Dee Scazafava last year. And they have chosen to endorse Matt Doheny, a Wall Street lawyer, who, by the way, also supported Dee Dee Scazafava last year, and actually gave her a $2,400, the maximum contribution, in October when the rest of the conservative world was endorsing and supporting me.
Well, you know, actually, though, we're not seeing the same energy that we saw the last time around. There are some of the leaders in the Republican Party who complain that you don't have the fire in the belly. Do you?
Absolutely, Liz. I've been out campaigning since January, going throughout the district, meeting people. And what you don't see and what you don't hear is I still have the grassroots support that I had last year. Last year, as you know, I got close to 70,000 votes in the election. I only lost to Bill Owens by 3,000 votes. And that grassroots support is still here this year, and they are still supporting me. And when you look at that close to 70,000 votes, the Conservative Party line, the Conservative Party in this district only has 5,000 registered voters. So you know that at least 60 to 65,000 of those votes that I got last year came from the Republican Party. And I believe that those people are still behind me, especially when you look at the fact that we took a poll a week and a half ago, and I'm running 32% ahead of Matt Doheny. He's, in our poll, was lucky to break 20%, and I'm in the mid-50s. And that shows that the grassroots Republicans are behind me and are supporting me.
Who conducted that poll?
That was conducted by John McLaughlin's group, a national pollster and a very respected pollster.
And what was the head-to-head between yourself and Bill Owens?
We only did it for the likely Republican primary voters to see how the primary was running.
Aren't we risking the same thing that we saw last year, which is to say if you lose the GOP primary to Matt Doheny and you're still on the conservative line, doesn't that just recreate what there was in the special election? 2 people splitting the conservative and GOP vote, allowing a path to victory for the Democrat Bill Owens?
Well, that's a hypothetical, Liz. As I just said, I'm running 32% ahead, and I'm going to do everything I possibly can to keep that lead and and win the Republican primary, because my goal is to reunite the Republican Party and the Conservative Party, and with both lines I'll be easily able to defeat Bill Owens in November.
But what if you, hypothetically speaking, don't win the GOP primary? Will you drop out of the race and endorse the winner, Matt Doheny, if in fact he wins?
At 32% ahead, I'm going to win this primary, and I'm going to win the general election in November.
Well, I would love to see this poll, because, and all of its, glory, because at this point we're citing a poll that's not published